All right, so we've got 6 matches that we have picked out. None of us know each other's the bets that we're going for. We chose the matches, and so we have come up with the bets. We're going to start with Africa Cup of Nations and then head on over to Euro Under 21. So like I said there, Africa Cup of Nations heading into round 2. First, obviously, is Nigeria versus Guinea. Their Group B, Wednesday the 26th. And Nigeria 1.87, draw 3.25, and Guinea 5.2. Nigeria obviously was the only team to win their first match from the group. They're heavy favourites, I think about 1.25 to win the group, and third favourites to win Africa Cup of Nations. I have to say, just on the outrights there, Nigeria 1.87 I think looks rather tempting. Martin, what do you think?
I agree with you. Yeah, I have to say I'm loving the Africa Cup of Nations so far. Had 4 bets on the first round of fixtures. They all paid off, so in very good profit, which is great. I think the bookmakers didn't quite get it right on the first round because there's such a discrepancy between the best few teams and the rest of them that there was a great deal of value on offer, which was a real gift for the punters. So ahead of the game, I think they've corrected it a little bit now, so the odds aren't quite as generous. But there is still plenty of value on offer. Yeah, I think Nigeria should carry on their winning streak here. And 17 to 20, 1.85 does look like an attractive price. Guinea could only draw 2-2 with Madagascar. First time Madagascar have ever played in this tournament, and it's not a footballing powerhouse by any means. So I think Nigeria, the quality of players they've got some good sort of Premier League stars, recognisable players. The one big player for Guinea is Naby Keita of Liverpool. We know he's good, but apart from that, they're not a particularly quality side. Nigeria is stronger overall, and I think 1.85 is a very good price. So I'm having that all day long.
Yeah. Now, obviously, Nigeria kept a clean sheet against Burundi. Guinea, like you said, drew 2-2 Madagascar. Alex, if you're looking at the both teams to score market, no is considerably shorter, 1.67. Do you predict Guinea to score?
Yes, they might score. The African teams are always very, very unpredictable. The trend in the first round was under 2.5 goals in most of the matches. Only in 2 matches we had overs, in Mali versus Mauritania and Guinea versus Madagascar 2-2. Madagascar, very, very poor country, so it's I don't know if Guinea drawing with Madagascar there are telling us that they can score against Nigeria, but you never know. So I'm passing this market. Be careful, because Nigeria now is priced at 1.95. The odds increased in favor of Guinea and decreased on Nigeria. So 1.95 for a home win, let's say, because Nigeria are the hosts. Doesn't matter that they are playing in a neutral venue. But in Egypt,
even money 2.0 with Betway now. Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, 2.0 up, even money, absolutely incredible. This is why I'm saying, because we are going with the value, and that is paid at even money, so we double our money with that. But I think that I will take also a short 0.5 units on both teams to score at 2.25, because still, Naby Keita is a very, very good player that can do the difference. Nigeria is not the best defensive side. I think that they were very lucky to win the first match against Burundi. Burundi had many, many chances of scoring. So I think, 2.25 for both teams to score, but also Nigeria to win at 2.0.
Yeah. Now, many people obviously will be looking at the Nigeria price, and as it's increasing, some people start to get nervous. Does anybody know why the odds are drifting there on Nigeria?
No, it's strange, really. I mean, when that happens, it suggests that people are putting bets on Guinea and they're covering their losses by making the odds more attractive on Nigeria. Not too sure why people are betting on Guinea. Guess it could be because, like Alex said, Nigeria's victory wasn't all that convincing. They were a bit lucky, and Guinea have a few decent players. But if you're looking at the relative strength of the starting 11s, Nigeria are a far better team, and I think that's a very good set of odds.
Yeah, yeah. I was looking as well, Nigeria and the under 4.5 goals. You get 2.05. Barsaman, shout out Barsaman in the chat. Nigeria -1 on the Asian handicap. Why not? If they win by 1 goal, you get your money back. So odds of 3. But yeah, I like the Nigeria win and Nigeria and the under 4.5 goals. Also, shout out to Prognosticos Deportivo. He says in Spain it's around 40 degrees. That's hot.
Whoa.
Hot. All right. Egypt versus Congo DR now. Group A, Wednesday 26th as well. Egypt 1.45, draw 4.45, and Congo 9. Now, obviously, Mo Salah did not score their only goal in the opening round, which was a surprise. I think weren't we looking at Mo Salah to score in the first match. Do you think he will score in this time around? He's 1.96 to be anytime goal scorer. I'm going to come again to you, Martin, on this one. I know it's a market that you like to play, anytime goal scorer markets. Would you put your money on him to score?
Yeah, I didn't in the first game. I went for Egypt and the under 3.5 goals, I think. But yeah, I would go for a Salah anytime goal scorer, just because, you know, he's their best player. They're known as the pass the ball to Mohamed Salah team. So I don't see why not. He's got the pace to trouble this defence of the good old Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think why not? But you never know. So I think I'm gonna go with the same bet again. I'm gonna stick with Egypt to win and the under 3.5 goals. It seems like a good bet to me, Sid, because of the heat in Egypt at the moment. Africa Cup of Nations, as I said last week, is normally played in sort of the springtime, but it disrupts the club season. Everyone loses their African players and it causes conflict. So they've moved it to the summer. Downside of that is that it's just really, really hot. There's a Nigerian player collapsed, didn't he, in training recently in midweek, and they've been having all these breaks to get water in them and stuff, and it really just is really taxing. They've already played 1 game, so in the second time around, I think it could be another thing to factor in. So I don't think we're going to see too many high-scoring games in this tournament. So going for I've altered the Martin Classic from the under 4.5 goals to the win and under 3.5 goals. And I've got 1.9. Actually, I had 1.95 on it. It's now gone into 1.91, but still think that looks like good value. Like Egypt and the under 3.5 goals. Yeah,
and that was something as well that we were talking about, was taking the heat into consideration. Alex, Egypt 1.45. Did it make your accumulator article?
Yes, of course it did. Yeah, absolutely. Egypt are playing on their turf. The crowd is with them. Their fans are in the stadium, full stadium for every single match that Egypt are playing. Not only for them, but also in general at the African Cup of Nations. The stadiums are full. Egypt the pressure is on them because they are playing at home, so everybody's expecting them to win the competition. They started on the right foot here with a not very impressive win against Zimbabwe. They failed to convert many of their scoring opportunities. They had 9 shots on target against Zimbabwe and they scored just 1 goal. I'm expecting them to, because right now the first match is always the most difficult in such a competition. After that, when you start to play, you feel better, you know. Yes, the heat is there. Imagine that because we will discuss later the Euro Under-21, one of the semifinals will be played at 37 degrees Celsius in heat. So it's very... Imagine the Qatar World Cup in 2022 in Qatar, and they are playing in winter. We are not 100% sure that it will still be in Qatar, but right now the World Cup is in Qatar. Imagine the heat in Qatar for all the teams. Yeah, Egypt should get the job done here. I was thinking -1 on the Asian handicap at 1.77, but I'm also taking halftime, full time at 1.8 with Unibet, because I really think that Egypt will start to convert their chances. They are creating many opportunities of scoring in every single match, and they will lead. Of course, I'm expecting them to lead from halftime.
Yeah. Egypt -1 was my bet, 1.8, and it was a question about Egypt and combining it with that under 3.5 goals. Martin answered that question. Barcelon's liking Egypt team total over 1.5 at 1.77, and also Egypt and both teams to score no at odds of 2. Walla Walla Dose has joined the chat. Hello. And then somebody's asking, where is Stuart? Where is EJ? We can't have everybody on the show at the same time, unfortunately.
Stuart is on vacation.
Stuart is on vacation. He will be back. And EJ is on tomorrow. And actually, World Cupper, if you are in the chat, sorry, I don't think tomorrow, Women's World Cup, if you're interested, at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we are covering its quarterfinals. So let me know. So that's hopefully tomorrow, EJ Jar and World Cupper. Okay, Senegal versus Algeria, now Group C, Thursday the 27th. Senegal 2.2, draw 3.26, and Algeria 3.75. I'm a little stuck on this one, so a few leans, and obviously the outrights are really close. Does anybody have a lean on the outrights?
No, I think these are two of the best teams in this tournament. Huge value on Algeria. If you do fancy them to win, you can get 3.75, which is a decent price. But I think that's because Senegal are probably the strongest team in the tournament overall. But Algeria do have the quality going forward to cause them problems. Riyad Mahrez was the star of the show in their 2-0 win last time out, and yeah, you would expect him to do well once again in this. Yeah, so I think we should. I'm going to stay away from the outrights in this one, and I'm looking at both teams to score. 2.0 I had on that. I don't think we're going to see both teams scoring in too many games in the group stage of this tournament, but this actually looks like one in which there are two equally matched teams, or pretty evenly matched teams,
yes,
both good going forwards, coming up against one another. Backed both of them to win in the opening round, and they both did, which was good to see. But now I think they can both afford to draw this one and still coast through to the knockout stage of the tournament. But yeah, I think we should be in for a good open game here. Senegal are going to welcome back Sadio Mane. He was suspended for the first game. They've got a strong defence. They're a tough team, but I still think someone like Riyad Mahrez can unlock it. So yeah, both teams to score. Looks good to me. I'm going for that, even money.
Both teams to score. Senegal 1.72 to win Group C. Algeria 2.37. Alex, do you have a lean on who may win the group?
It all depends on this match. Who will win this match will also win the group. If this match will end in a draw, I think that the value is on Algeria to win the group, because both teams won their opening match 2-0 against Kenya and Tanzania respectively. I am on the same page with Martin. I totally agree with his preview there. Sadio Mane will be back. I will take him anytime goal scorer at 1.9. I think that because he said that his dream is to win the African Cup of Nations after winning Champions League with Liverpool this year. So this is his dream, and I think that he will fight for it. Anyway, even without Sadio Mane, Senegal showed great skills in their first match. Keita Balde scored also in that match, and he's a world-class player too. So both teams are great going forward, and I expect an exciting match. 2.05, the best odds on the market right now for both teams to score.
Yep, they last met in 2017 and they drew 2-2. So maybe we will have an entertaining match such as that. Okay, final match from the Africa Cup of Nations is South Africa versus Namibia, Group D. Friday the 28th. South Africa 1.5, draw 3.75, and Namibia 6.5. Neither team obviously predicted to win their group or even come first or second here. It's a sort of almost like a battle for third place. Both lost their opening matches 1-0. South Africa to Ivory Coast and Namibia to Morocco 1-0. Last three head-to-heads though, South Africa have won. Last meeting was mid-2018 and South Africa won 4-1. So South Africa obviously heavily priced there for the win. Are they as good as the team as back in 2018? They sort of struggled in their round one match. Start us off here, Alex.
Yeah, they struggled. They had no shots on goal against Ivory Coast, but Namibia are not Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast are a huge force in Africa. They have plenty of world-class players inside their team, inside their squad. This is what I think that South Africa should win this match. Is a must-win for them. They will give everything to at least exit the group stage and qualify in the knockout stages. And this is the perfect opportunity for them to bounce back and win the 3 points and their first points to this competition. So for me, South Africa and under 3.5 goals in the match at 1.95. We will not see. I think that if you want to play also the under 2.5 goals in the match as a single bet, but that is very low priced at 1.61 because I don't think that the two teams will repeat the score from last time in 2018 when South Africa won 4-1, like you specified earlier. I think that it will be a 1-0, 2-1 maximum tops with South Africa to win this one. AFCON, till now, the African Cup of Nations in the first round, it was great for the ACA bets. We won both of our ACA bets last weekend, and 4 of the 6 matches came from the African Cup of Nations. And I expect them to deliver again this midweek and next weekend also.
Oh, Bosman's going for South African team total over 1.5 goals at 1.93. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying there, Alex, as well. South Africa in the under 3.5 goals. I was also, you know, what it worth, I was going to give South Africa as well a -1 push at the worst. What do you like here, Martin?
Yeah, I'm on the exact same page as Alex. As I said earlier about my reasons for the under 3.5 goals, I just think because of the heat, we're not going to see quite such high scoring games as we previously have, like that 4-1 that you mentioned. But I do feel like South Africa are the stronger team here. They're not good enough to challenge the latter stages of this tournament, but they've got a decent domestic league in South Africa. There's certainly a lot more footballing pedigree there than in Namibia. And yeah, I fancy them to get the job done here. Don't think they're going to blow them away, but them in the under 3.5 goals at 1.95 looks like a good price to me.
Yes, it sure does. All right, so those are our 4 matches that we like for round 2 Africa Cup of Nations. This video is going to be clipped, so for the purpose of the clipped video, which will be later out on YouTube, can we just run down our bets as well? If we do have a favourite, then do mention it. Start us off there, Martin.
Yeah, so it was South Africa and the under 3.5 goals against Namibia at 1.95. Then I'm going to go for Nigeria to win. Sorry, I just closed the screen that I had it all up on. Nigeria to win at gone out to even money against Guinea 2.0, which is a good set of odds. Egypt to win and under 3.5 goals against the Democratic Republic of Congo, 1.91. And Senegal versus Algeria, both teams to score, which is actually 2.05.
Sweet. Do you have a favourite?
My favourite, I'd go for Egypt and the under 3.5 goals against the Democratic Republic of Congo. But I also like Nigeria to beat Guinea.
Yeah, me too. All right, Alex, what do you got?
I have Nigeria at even money to beat Guinea. I have Egypt -1 on the Asian handicap, 1.77, and halftime, full-time at 2.2 against Congo. Senegal versus Algeria, both teams to score, which is also my favorite bet at 2.05. And South Africa and under 3.5 at 1.95 against Namibia.
Nice. Do you have a favorite?
Senegal versus Algeria, both teams to score at 2.05.
Ooh, that's surprising. Okay, I'm going for Nigeria and the under 4.5 goals at 2.05 to squeeze some extra value, and that has probably gone up as Nigeria's price is increasing as well. Egypt -1 at 1.8, and Egypt and the under 3.5 goals. I'm also sticking Egypt in as an ACA bet with some other bets later on. And I'm going for South Africa and the under 3.5 goals at 1.95, and South Africa -1. Probably going to use South Africa as well for an ACA filler.